Insane mysteries on paternity court.
I know I wasn't the best
It
mother.
ain't been
I
for
know, and I
years.
appreciate this woman for being there, cause she was. But the meddling
And the remembrance.
for my daughter's look, this is my child. I had her,
See, wants to
and
know
you need to
who-
stay in your lane.
Have respect for your wife.
Hey.
This is supposed to be your wife. You ain't supposed to have no other female jumping on top of you with her pouring liquor all over herself and you licking all on her.
And you saw this. You
With my 2 eyes.
In this paternity court episode, we dive into the mystery of relationships surrounding Hudravius, whose mysterious death leaves his sister, Miss Gibson, seeking answers. 3 women claim he fathered their children, adding complexity to an already tragic situation. Oh man.
These women have just been popping up out of the woodwork saying that my brother fathered their children. I'm here today to get the truth. I'm here to get the answers on whether or not these children belong to my brother. For the past 3 years, my life has been a circus, and I feel like I'm the ringmaster, and I'm ready to put it to an end today.
Miss Gibson recounts the heartbreaking moment she learned of her brother's passing and how she had to rush to the hospital on that tragic day. The irony was that there, she discovered 3 women, each insisting that Hudravius fathered their children. Well, one thing was for sure, if these were indeed his kids, our beloved deceased didn't have to worry much about his legacy.
And there are 3 children in question by 3 different women.
My name is Patricia Robbs. I'm here on behalf of my daughter, Brianna.
I'm LaVon Webb. I'm here on behalf of my daughter, Deja Webb.
My name is Micheline Rose, and I'm here on behalf of my daughter, Zalayla.
The 3 women, Miss Robbs, Miss Webb, and Miss Rose, share their stories in court. Cheating allegations, complicated relationships, and unexpected pregnancies create a web of uncertainty. Miss Gibson and her aunt, Miss Kearse, join forces to uncover the truth amid the emotional turmoil.
And all 3 of you are here because you believe that GQ was the father of your children.
Yes, Your Honor.
After that revelation, the plaintiff expressed her frustration as alleged children and baby mamas surface over the years. Doubts intensify as relationships and circumstances become increasingly complicated. Miss Kearse emphasizes the importance of knowing the truth for the sake of the children involved.
I met GQ about 6 years ago on the train. You know, everything was good. We stayed in a rooming house together.
Okay.
He was constantly cheating on me. I had got fed up with it, and I decided to go out and spend the night out, and I was with my ex.
The women reveal intricate details, including infidelity, suspicions, and unexpected pregnancies, which made the poor potential aunt grapple with the uncertainty surrounding the paternity of the children. Family bonds are strained as doubts and questions linger, prompting a search for conclusive answers.
We was neighbors when we met. He'd come over my house, he'll spend the night, play with my kids. One day, my ex came over. That was my child's father. Also, that was my son next to Deja.
Okay.
That was his father. He spent the night, but I told GQ he could spend the night because my baby father was gonna sleep with his son.
The alleged father's family has been on the edge of solving this paternity mystery, and all 3 defendants had a different tale to explain. With their every passing testimony, this became more and more complex. But wait, what happened when it was Miss Rose's turn to spill the tea?
So you are here concerning your 1-year-old daughter, Zalayla.
I just found out about her about 3 weeks ago. But he's been
Really?
dead for
What
not
happened,
one,
Ms.
but 2 to
Gibson?
3 years.
GQ never told us anything about her.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Since now we have all the doubts and allegations right onto the surface, it's now time for Judge Lake to sprinkle the DNA serum on all the baby mamas and put an end to this year's long question mark hanging over the defendants.
Mr. Gibson is her father. Mr. Gibson is her father. Mr. Gibson is her father. I gotta go get her too. I gotta get you too.
I got you too, baby.
A marriage on the edge, secrets hanging in the air, and a kid's future wrapped in mystery. This case was a real head-scratcher. Miss Gray pulled a move that's tough to undo, claiming to her husband that he's not the shining baby daddy. causing some serious fallout to her relationship with the plaintiff.
Well, I got a phone call from her at the doctor's office, actually. We had an argument recently. She got with him.
No,
for-
actually, you cheated on me, and that's the reason why I went with my ex.
Yes, but you went to your ex immediately.
No, we wasn't together, so it's not called cheating.
This marriage kicked off on a rough note, literally. Mr. Singleton and Mrs. Gray were a pair with a history as wild as a roller coaster. We had cheating accusations, ex-lovers, and a lot of infidelity drama. It's like a TV show, but in real life.
She claims to not be cheating, but what I'm saying is that we had an argument. She immediately went to it. Like, there was no question of it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
What was I supposed to do?
we just had an argument. That don't mean you gotta go
Okay,
and
you were
mess with
cheating.
your
I went through
friend,
your phone
quote
records,
unquote.
and I found you were talking to females 3 o'clock in the morning.
These folks somehow patched things up. But guess what? A few days later, boom, pregnancy bombshell. And oh boy, the confusion and suspicion around it were next level. But let's just say the motives weren't exactly honorable. Things got a bit shady, if you catch my drift.
Told me from the doctor's office that she was having a baby. So we're on the phone, and I'm excited. I'm having a nice conversation. I'm still talking, and she quiet. I'm like, okay, well, I'm talking about, oh, we're gonna put this together. I'm gonna change. I quit cheating and all that. That was what's going through my mind. That's what I'm telling her. And then she pauses me and goes, but it's not yours.
Mr. Singleton's main gig was throwing shade at the baby mama. But let's not act like he's a saint either. Miss Gray was thrilled to testify on his antics to everyone to know. Judge Lake gave him a reality check after that and put him in his place. That's what happens when you play games, right?
And I'm trying to understand yours, because as you stand here in your glasses,
Yes,
with
but
your
he had-
job,
What about your kinky parties that you want to have?
Okay, I like to
And
throw
you wanna have
parties. I like to
threesomes
go
with
to
me and stuff.
parties.
So, I mean, if it's anybody that's nasty, it's him.
Turns out that the plaintiff was one busy bee on the phone, even post-marriage. And that's not the end of it. According to Miss Gray's sister's testimony, there's more dirt. Yup, she wasn't feeling it, not at all. And trust me, she had some legitimate reasons for being no fan of the situation.
He is a habitual liar.
Seriously?
For one, before he got married, we worked together and he was flirting with the girls and all in front of me like he just didn't care. And that was my issue. Have
At the
some respect,
warehouse.
especially when this is my sister. The second time, after the marriage, okay?
Hold up, the sister wasn't finished yet. Oh, she had plenty to say, and she wasn't holding back when it came to her so-called brother-in-law. The dude was seriously getting on her last nerve, and from the judge's expressions, they had enough of him too. It was a real talk your mind moment, and she let him have it.
Your Honor, it was a good
can I-
party, and
he's
she shouldn't have
nasty.
been there. That's what I'm saying. That's all
I
I'm
can be
saying.
where I
What are you
wanna be.
talking
Miss
up for?
Simmons,
don't
your
make
point
no
is
decisions
Mr.
for me.
Singleton is not the stand-up guy he
That is-
professes to be.
He's putting on a
How can
persona.
I
And Miss
Okay.
Simmons,
God,
what are you
wherever I
hoping
go,
for
you're there.
today?
I'm hoping that the other guy is the father.
Why?
He
Why
has
she wants to do that?
nothing
Because I
to
love
do with
Maurice
her.
regardless.
I understand she loved him.
Things were still up in the air for these folks, and in all their immature drama, the baby got pushed to the back burner. But no sweat, it was high time to shine a spotlight on it, because the results were about to be dropped. It's time to see what's what, fingers crossed. Here we go. Wish us luck.
You are not her father.
Let it be, because you've been lying to me this whole time.
I have not lied to you. I've kept it 100 with you. I've told you the truth since the beginning.
Drinking yourself into sorrow can lead to drastic ends, such as waking up in a stranger's bed. And if that wasn't painful enough, a possible pregnancy from a one-night thing can crush anyone's chance at a happy marriage.
What's at stake today?
This ring, Your Honor, our loyalty, our trust, our family, the way we handle things day to day is at stake
That's a lot. So this has truly affected your relationship
entirely.
and your ability to be a family.
Yes, Your Honor.
Picture this. A young couple, Mr. Youngvert and Miss Sandknop, started their journey together when they were merely teenagers. Fast forward to the present, they're expecting a baby, and life seems peachy until a bomb drops. when the defendant confesses about her cheating episode.
We sat down, she's within the first 5 to 7 minutes, she told me, she's like, I got some news for you. And then just right then and there, I knew,
He's like, you knew it was coming.
I knew it was coming.
And when you heard this news that she had this night and cheated, what did you do?
I stormed out. I didn't go drink.
You canceled the wedding?
I canceled the wedding. I canceled everything.
Up next, Miss Sandnop spills about a night at the bar, claiming she didn't intend to cheat. As we mentioned before, she woke up in a stranger's bed with no memory of what went down. But Mr. Youngford was left questioning everything, understandably.
I told him 2 months after I found out I was pregnant. I tried to break it to him easily, but he could tell right away that I had something on my chest that I wanted to get off because
we were still in the beginning
of the pregnancy and we were still fresh parent. I was so ashamed of myself for betraying the one that I love, the man that I want to spend the rest of my life with. I wouldn't have said yes.
Fast forward through the relationship roller coaster, and we find out there's more drama. Trust issues are sky high, with accusations flying, random texts, name-calling, and arguments about Mr. Youngvert. Little hours without his fiancée. Talk about love boat sailing through choppy waters.
I told you about what I did instead of hiding it from you and going behind my back to one of my really good girlfriends, texting her, telling her to text me so you guys can see each other.
I know, but I
Wait a minute.
And you want to say that what I did was wrong, what you did was wrong too. No, you may have never gotten together with her.
All right, now we know what caused the fuss between the couple. And understandably, after this, Mr. Youngford didn't fully trust Miss Sandnop, and the reason was his insecurities, which were playing ping pong. Enter a licensed polygraph expert to clear the air. Did she or didn't she?
You met with a licensed polygraph expert, and what do you believe we will find out?
That I'm telling the truth.
You were asked if you had sexual relations with anyone other than Mr. Youngvert since the one-night stand you admitted to. You said no. The lie detector determined that was the truth.
But wait, doesn't this solve the looming doubt that's hanging right now? Nope. So Mr. Youngvert pulls out another trick that he was hiding under his sleeves. How about we just dig deep into that, eh? So, here's the good old conception calendar.
Yellow are the dates you were ovulating. Am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
In blue are the dates you were intimate with Mr. Youngvert.
Yes, Your Honor.
And in red is the date of the one-night stand.
Yes, Your Honor.
For which you have no recollection.
Yes, ma'am.
The DNA results were in. So, will Mr. Youngvert be doing the daddy dance, or was there a plot twist? So, here was the DNA queen in a major attempt to settle the score and the record straight. Let's see those results.
Mr. Youngvert, you are the father.
Will you marry me?
Yes.
Again.
A 3-decade-old mystery. Miss Franzoni came to paternity court alleging her mother concealed the identity of her father. She was accompanied by her godmother, who might have had a significant role in escalating her emotions against her mother.
My mom had introduced me to a gentleman, and I just did not feel in my heart that he was my father.
You say you felt nothing. What do you mean?
I felt nothing. Like, I just sit and I feel like he was my father, and I felt if we had met in a different circumstance, he might have been trying to hit on me or take me out or something.
All right, Miss Franzoni testified to the court about growing up without knowing her dad. When she finally met the alleged father, the guy was very fishy around the child. This made the young woman question if he was her father or not. And this question led her to meet Mr. Bomer, the other potential father. Let's hear that part.
And also, you know, my late grandmother told me a story that kind of sounded similar to the other stories that I heard about a gentleman, Mark Bomar, my mother met years ago, right around the time of my conception. And 9 months later, here was me.
Next testified co-plaintiff Miss Halems, who was team Mr. Bomar all the way. She recalled Franzoni's mom dropping hints about him being a possible baby daddy. And above all, Miss Franzoni also testified of having characteristics similar to him. Now, this is getting interesting.
When Miss Camille told me that she was Pregnated. I asked her who she was pregnated by, and she said Mark Beaumont or the
I
other
did not say
candidate.
that. She's making that up. I did not tell her that.
You remember distinctly her saying so?
Yes, when she said it, I said, I know Mark Beaumont.
However, Mrs. Bailey had already made her pick and claimed that there was no way the guy standing in the courtroom was the father. Even though she admits to some complicated history, it makes everyone wonder about her reliability. Anyway, what took you so long to finally admit everything?
If she remembered that 30 years ago, why did she just bring it up last?
Is there a reason why you just brought it up?
To stick another dagger in my back against my daughter. As far as stories people have told her, that's just what they were, stories. We don't get to pick and choose our parents, but I know that Mark Beaumont is not her father.
All right, did we miss the bigger plan here? The courtroom turns into a battlefield as the ladies engage in a fiery exchange. Miss Halams accuses Mrs. Bailey of meddling and creating drama. I'm not sure where we're headed in our mystery machine on this one.
I know I wasn't the best mother. I know, and I appreciate this woman for being there, because she was. But the meddling
and the remembering
for my daughter's love, this is my child. I had her.
She wants to
and
know
you need to
who
stay in your lane. Well, okay,
That's
but
point.
you still need to stay in your place.
Now it was time for Mr. Beaumont to take the stand, and he revealed his past connection with Franzoni's mom. He shared a heartfelt account of their brief relationship, hinting at a spiritual connection with Franzoni. Emotions ran high as he expressed his desire to be recognized as her father, regardless of the test results.
I was looking for someone and I ended up in her mother's building and I was questioning her mother.
And you met her.
And her mother said, listen, I have a beautiful daughter that I would really like for you to meet. When she came in, I met her. So we talked for a while and took her out to dinner and we became intimate.
The moment of truth arrives as the judge unveils the DNA test results. Now it's all up to the concealed letter to make or break Miss Franzoni's hopes. However, it was all clear that some poor past decisions might end you up in a situation where Miss Franzoni's mom was.
You are not her father. I'm sorry to you both.
I'm more sorry, to him. Because, we just had established a great relationship. And I know he really wanted to be, and I just feel bad.